Hello girls, today we will be discussing on comedy of menace. Now, comedy and menace are two terms. When coming together, you feel like, you're coming across an oxymoron. Okay, an intermingling of two opposites. Okay, because comedy can be described as professional entertainment consisting of jokes which is intended to make the audience laugh. It can be a play characterized by its humorous and satirical tone and its depiction of amusing people or incidents in which the characters ultimately triumph over adversity. So, this is what is expected out of a comedy. Now, what do you mean by menace? Menace, it can be a person or it can be a thing that is likely to cause harm, that is likely to bring danger, threat. Okay. So these two terms are combined together. So it gives a play a humorous touch. Yes, of course, because there is comic elements in it. Okay. So it's a humorous play. Now, what is comedy of menace? It's a humorous play with elements of surprise, incongruity, means inappropriate, conflict and repetitiveness that often leads the audience to expect one thing will happen. So it delivers the opposite to amuse and make the audience laugh. So though there will be a comedy, you can expect the audience will be always having a feel. They will be having a feel that something is going to happen. So Comedy of Menace is a body of plays written by David Campton, Nigel Tennis, N.F. Simpson, and Harold Pinter. The term was coined by a drama critic, Irving Waddell, who borrowed it from the subtitle of David Campton's play, The Lunatic View, A Comedy of Menace, in reviewing Pinter's and Campton's plays. So reviewing Harold Pinter's and his famous birthday party is a very good example of Comedy of Menace. So reviewing all these things, these plays, this particular name came into being called Comedy of Menace, and it began to be applied to plays and works. And now the phrase Comedy of Menace actually describes, inspiring both positive and negative feelings. Okay, because comedy is positive and negative. Menace has got a negative feeling that will emerge in the mind of the audience. Comedy is used during a dangerous situation to cause audience to draw judgments about a particular character or communication. For example, when you are seeing a comic, you have this something called comic relief that is applied by Shakespeare in his tragedies. That is, you are always expecting something tragic to happen, and when you're expecting it, before the big tragic event happens, there will be a certain comic element added. But the audience know that if there is a comic element, something bad is going to happen. Okay, so comedy is used during a dangerous situation to cause audience to draw a judgment about a particular character or communication. When you're seeing that comedy, you could analyze the audience. So the audience can analyze the characters' characteristics, behavior. Okay, the words used are the focus of often powerful stories that create conflicting emotions from its audience. Okay, conflicting emotions in the sense, when you have something to laugh, you really don't know whether to laugh or not because you're expecting something. Just this remind me about something. When you are laughing at certain thing, you will just beat your cheeks, right? You strike your cheeks hard because you feel like when you are laughing a lot, there is something expecting impending danger or sad news that is going to come, so you just beat your cheeks up. So I think this is something very universal, right? So the title Comedy of Menace immediately brings contradictions to mind because comedy is generally something that makes people laugh. Now, why doesn't this bring contradiction to the mind? Is because comedy is something that makes people laugh, but menace implies something threatening, and quite literally This phrase involves laughing at an ominous situation. Yes, laugh is there. Audience tend to laugh from their side, seeing an ominous situation, because we could see that a particular character is put into an ominous situation wherein you get a chance to laugh at. Okay. Now, this phrase is part of the title of a British play called The Lunatic View, as we discussed earlier, a comedy of menace by David Campton. And as we already seen, Irving Ward, a critic in the 1950s, emphasized the phrase when writing a review of the plays of Harold Pinter. The play The Birthday Party, which is very good an example of a comedy of menace. And Ward used comedy of menace in a review of several of Pinter's works, although at the time he had seen only one, The Birthday Party. He has only seen one when he had when he wrote this review. Now, some plays are able to successfully mingle drama with comedy. Okay. One specific example from The Birthday Party is a character joking around about being in a menacing situation while cleaning his gun to deal with a threat. The goal of such works is to generate tension around the situation or to alter the views of an audience about a particular character. After all, someone joking while planning to shoot another person is generally not a trustworthy person. So we could see that these people are getting ready for something bad to happen, but they're joking around. So they might be giving us a sense of comic relief, even though we are expecting something bad to happen. Okay, so it's like, even though we are expecting something bad to happen, even though the characters are indulging in some comic, uh, you know, uh, scene, we will always be, that is why this particular terminology, conflicting emotions comes. Conflicting emotions means when the comedy is being shown, you are not able to laugh because you are always expecting something, some sort of a menace. Okay, so these writers are able to put the audience in such a phase of conflicting emotions that the audience actually don't know whether to laugh or whether to think about whether to enjoy that particular moment or whether to think about the impending danger. Okay, so such is this is what about comedy of menace is all about. And I would like to ask you to think about maybe certain situations in movies that you have come across, and please describe about it, wherein you can see a comic action or comedy being played, but there is an impending danger that is to come. So putting the audience in a conflicting mode, conflicting emotions coming into their mind because they're seeing in comedy but expecting something bad. Okay, if you come across some cinema, some films that has applied comedy of manners, maybe not just as the film will not be fully about comedy of manners, but an element of comedy and of manners might have been included by the directors. Can you think of some movies like that? It can be Malayalam movie, it can be English movie, or it can be Hindi or Tamil movie. Please come across or please think about some movies that you can give us an example for comedy of menace. Okay, so this will be your assignment today. Thank you so much.